My name is Leon Flows. Now, I got a lot of comments, a lot of DMs when I posted my reel about my apartment view. Everybody was asking me, can you do an apartment tour? What condo is this? Where are you living? So I'll just show you around. All right, we got some stuff over here, but I'll show that later. Right upon entering the living room, we have the most important piece here. Whenever I go outside and I have very important business meetings with very important business people, I gotta make sure to be on point. You can never make a first impression twice. These are some beautiful perfumes to make a very, very good first impression. Gris Charnel extract. This one actually has the highest compliment and success rate out of all. Smoky, husky, but still sweet. It's kind of like you like, you there? And they know you're there, right? They feel like, oh, like they already start to feel the butterflies. And for the important business people, they already start to feel like, yeah, this is a guy I should take serious. Also love this one, popping off a bit more these days. So moving on from the perfume, we go into the beautiful living room. Now this looks a little bit weird. It doesn't look like the normal couch with a TV, but I'll show you why later. One of the biggest reasons I got this apartment is the view. And just this space in general is super, super, super fucking beautiful. I grew up in a very small town in the Netherlands and I was super broke. I was just living with my mom 3 years ago. Every day I woke up is a super shitty view. I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world, right? Experience great places like these. Every day this literally inspires me, right? Bangkok is just infinity, to be honest. Like you can look so far that way and it doesn't stop. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? This city does not end. My setup. So this is where I kind of do my work, you know? And I'll move this desk from time to time. So sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, depending on what I want as a background for my camera. Obviously, we got a standing desk, so you might get active some days. Some days you feel a little bit more like. Yeah. And then this is the main piece. This is where I like, tell you guys about, hey, if you want to make 10K a month, the best thing you can do if you have no skill, start an agency. That's what I did. If you have a skill, build a personal brand and sell high ticket. 3 years ago, I started an agency and I started helping other businesses get them more leads, get them more appointments. And then I helped them get more clients, which got me to my first 10K a month. So here we got a cool fitness rack. Actually, this used to be a real living room. This used to be a couch and the TV was right over there, right? I was just like, I never sit on the couch. I never watch TV. So I thought, okay, let's get a little rack. And for any of you think like, oh, this unsafe, does this thing even work? You can see it actually works. You can do your dips on here as well. It's not the most sturdy, right? I have to admit that, but it gets the job done. So, sure, SM7B, that's just what I use for recording my videos. MacBook Pro, obviously. Atom audio speakers. Before I started ever in business, I was very obsessed with music and producing music, making music. I was an artist for quite some time. And Atom Audio is a really, really good sound system. All right, so what do I actually pay for this apartment? Is this actually $1 million apartment? Now, when I checked the listing, the sale price is about $1 million. But the rent price that I pay is around $3,000, and that includes electricity, Wi-Fi, water, all of it. So about $3,000 a month. I make around 50K a month with my business, so it's not the biggest expense. Beautiful storage right here. The books, obviously we got all the Alex Hormozy books, right? To scale your business, which is what we help all clients with. And then we have Good to Great, some other stuff. Actually, I love audiobooks more. It just is way easier for me to consume. Joe Malone, Peony, and Blush Suede. This will make your apartment smell very nice.
Why does this look like you're going to get a massage? The fucking candles and shit.
Yeah, it's just like, I wanted to make it a bit homely, But I do like the interior a lot. Like the stuff they got, like this kind of stuff, I fuck with that. That kind of like, what is it called? What do you call that?
Marmor or like fucking...
Yeah.
Stone that looks like you're living in Greek.
Marble. All right, so we come to what actually should be the main bedroom. So this used to be a king bed with this beautiful thing. And then I was like, no, this is gonna be my living room. And I am never here. I just never am. The only time I'm actually here is when I have a very dear business meeting that requires a couch. And it's actually quite soft. So it works well. Sometimes I eat here. Why did I decide to not have my bed in here? Well, there's this beautiful sliding door. And behind this sliding door is one of the most busy roads in the whole of Bangkok, which is so fucking loud. It's also nice. We got Royal Bangkok Sports Club over there, which is like a closed community for people who play golf. I believe that's like a bunch of billionaires right there. Honestly, at least multi millionaires. Like you cannot get in this club at all if you're a normie, even like, you know, a decently successful business owner. You will not get in there. You need to be like inherited wealth, trust fund, daddy, baby, sugar baby, and then you can maybe join. But yeah, just take a look. That is Central World, which is like the mall that we went to so many times when we first came into Bangkok. What's the best thing about Central World?
Baddies.
The best thing is the stores, obviously, and the food.
So what's better, baddies than food? Baddies.
God. God is better than baddies. Malls. Never play, but thanks, Noah, for giving me your Nintendo Switch. He just gave that to me so he could buy the Switch too. That was his only fucking plan. This fucking guy. Bathroom. The bath, which I never use. And yeah. As a kid, I always wished, like, man, I wish I had a chair to sit on if I took a shower. Plato, you know, sitting in the shower, thinking deep philosophical thoughts, 8 years old. The other bathroom. Whoa. And this is the room where I spent at least 8 hours every single day. Leon, why do you have a mattress and a mattress topper and then another mattress on top? Honestly, this thing is hard as fuck. I thought I'd fix it with this one. So if I'm actually sleeping together with a business meeting, why are you sleeping with a business meeting? Okay, anyways.
Cut the clip.
Sometimes I have ghost friends. And then I will take this and just put it on here. But this mattress is very nice and soft. And so if I'm alone, I like to just sleep on this one. And then we got another view right here of Bangkok. Kitchen. As a guy who wants to get the most out of his life, we can't skip over supplements, right? So here's the productivity stack that I use. Obviously, we have creatine, 10 grams to the dome every single day will get you right. It improves a lot of stuff in your body, brain, muscle, all that stuff. Boron, it improves your testosterone. Fish oil improves your testosterone. Also, brain function and clarity is heavy on this one. Like, fish oil is one of the few supplements that I actually feel a difference. And we got magnesium glycinate. I used to love this, but every time I take this, I just get the wildest dreams. And for a long time, I enjoyed that. But now sometimes I just want to sleep and not have a full cinema Steven Spielberg movie going on. So here's a bunch more. We have Cock 10, because everybody loves cock, obviously. And then low salt, which is like potassium, if you're wanting to have more potassium. We have ashwagandha. I have been in a love-hate relationship with this one. A lot of emotional entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs take it to control their emotions. But I find if I take this long enough, I get into the state where nothing matters anymore. I'm like, why am I here? What am I doing? I have no drive. So therefore, I don't really take it. Tomcat Ali, more testosterone. You can see we just optimized for testosterone. That's pretty much all you need to do as a man. I have this beautiful electrical cooking plate, but I don't cook. And I also don't clean because we're in Bangkok. I'm an entrepreneur, so I value my time. So that's why I hired a mate. It's a very simple rule as an entrepreneur. Just determine what is my time worth per hour. Everything under that, outsourcing. No cooking, no cleaning. Beautiful thing about Bangkok, we have the most best food in the planet right here, all on Grab, delivered to you within like 30 minutes. Now, let's go down to all the amenities in this building. This is the public hallway. This one is fun. There's nobody in here. Let's go. So here you can do a presentation. It's kind of a co-working space. There's a lot of people chilling here, just working here in general, and just you know, doing their thing. And then like a free coffee machine, tea, chocolate milk, whatever you want. So when I started my business, I made a bunch of mistakes and I didn't know shit. So after like 2-3 years of just consistent failing, I was just like, you know what? I'm no longer gonna be a free monkey. I'm just gonna invest in myself. And that's when I decided to get a mentor, right? And literally had that day, I had $10,000 in my bank account. I decided to invest that $10,000 in a mentor. And literally 2 months later, I hit my first $15,000 month. And I took a one-way trip to Thailand. So that really changed my life. So here's the pool. I actually spent quite a bit of time in this pool because I learned now, like before as an entrepreneur, I was always like grind, 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 hustle, hustle, no rest. And whenever I rested, I felt like guilty and I was like, oh my God, I'm falling behind and everybody is, succeeding past me. But ultimately that kind of just leads to you burning out over and over. So I found it like actually super important right now to get rest. And I usually do that right here. So first of all, this pool doesn't look super amazing, but it's actually really good. Like the temperature is so fine and you have jets right there, which is basically just a bursting bubble, right? But it's at such a strength that it actually is like kind of a massage. So what I like to do is I just like to sit there and then kind of just get my back massaged by the water. And that just is super, super, super calming. And the cool thing as well is like you can kind of do this weird floating thing, kind of just put your arms right over there, and then you just like kind of like float. And it's like you're having the best time of your life. Gym. It's like the AC is broken right now, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, you got kind of everything you need in terms of dumbbells, equipment. It's free, or at least it comes with the condo. It's not free, but it comes with the condo. This is my sun farming area. So obviously also for your health, vitamin D is super important. So now the sun is kind of over there and setting, but in the morning the sun is over here and then I'll just sit here, farm the sun for like 20, 30 minutes, get the vitamin D up. What is vitamin D good for?
Man, it's good to clip.
I never come here, but there's a steam room and there's a sauna. Nobody's here, so that's good. Maintenance, I'm not sure how much, but yeah. Why Bangkok? Why Thailand is also something people ask me a lot. Well, Thailand in general is just a super nice country. People are so friendly. Obviously, the climate is super nice. It's always hot. It's always good weather. And it's just like super convenient, right? In Thailand, you can have an amazing lifestyle and you don't even have to spend that much money. So obviously I got, a 3K a month condo, but even if you're like making what, 3K a month, you can have an amazing condo for a couple $100, live your life for, $1,000 to $1,500 and just be out here. So it's extremely free. People are extremely friendly. And it's just an amazing, amazing country to be in. You have the best food here. You have the best malls here. You can have massages for $10, $15, and just live a really great life. And a really great thing about Bangkok as well is everything in Thailand is like 1 hour flight away, right? So if you want to be on an island, I can literally book a flight right now, and tonight I'm in Koh Samui and I'm on the beach sipping a coconut, and I can literally book a flight, be in Phuket 3 hours from now, and have an amazing island lifestyle. So if you're more of an island person, I would recommend Phuket, Koh Samui, Pattaya even. Shout out Thailand. Basically in the West, it's like parking ticket, get a degree, work full time, get a job. And in Thailand, it's just like, Sawadee ka shon ka, kokon ka. Don't dream about another girl, nah. Kiss kiss, chup chup. So actually, I have a bunch of free stuff on my channel. If you want to learn how to grow a business, you are starting out in business, or you want to scale your business, especially online, go watch the videos on my channel. I give a bunch of free value. Very soon, I'm going to actually upload a full free course that will be probably around 10 hours of free material that used to be for my paid program that people paid thousands and thousands of dollars for. That will actually be all out for free on this exact channel, so you can learn how to start and scale a simple agency, coaching business, or any kind of online business in general. Now, we don't endorse any kind of get rich quick schemes. For me to get from where I was living with my mom, literally having anxiety all the time and just feeling super stressed and how am I going to make it in life or anything, to being here took a lot of work. I'm not going to lie about that, right? It took me to change my mindset, took me to get a mentor, right? I invested tens of thousands of dollars in myself to be where I want to be. And I keep doing that. And same thing with this guy, my business partner, right? We always invest in ourselves. We put the work in, but we've also seen so many people succeed because of doing the same things, right? So for example, we had students that were literally in high school, 16 years old, go to the stuff that we taught them, gave them all our systems, all the stuff we know, and that are now traveling the world, making more money than a doctor in a month. We got 22-year-olds who literally went from a full-time job making $4,000 per month at Ticketmaster to now having an agency that makes about $80,000 a month and buying his Porsche and traveling on private jets and whatever. So life can truly be super, super fucking different if you put the work in and you actually do the steps that are required. But, as with anything, it'll take work. But hey, you're working anyway. So for me, it was very simple. It's like I could either work a 9 to 5, or I could take the same time, put it into something different where I don't have a boss, nobody's watching me, I have time freedom, I can decide for myself, and I'm building skills that are gonna serve me for the rest of my life. So it's just what you bet your time on, what do you do with it, and what comes from it. So with that being said, I appreciate you for watching and see you on the next one.
Get the clip.
Yeah.